Trigonometry. This is part 3. In this video, we discuss the special angles and then we practice few good questions applying the special angle. Alright, special angles. What are they? Certain angles, are given in trigonometry named special angles: 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. They are known as special angles. And now, before we use the calculators, these values were the basic values. There was no calculator before, but here again we have questions without the use of a calculator. So meaning we must memorize these values, these table values. Now how I'm going to give you a small technique how to memorize these values and how to draw this table. In the first row we write 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Then in the second row we are going to write all the sine values. Now the first number 0 degree, sine 0 is 0 and sine 90 is 1, easy to memorize. But the middle three numbers a bit difficult, but you have to memorize. When we draw the table, you memorize sine 30 is 1 over 2, sine 45 is 1 over root 2 and sine 60 is root 3 over 2. Only three numbers difficult to memorize. The other first one and last one is easy. Now writing the cosine values, cos values easy. Use write in the reverse order. Start from the last 1, then root 3 over 2, then 1 over root 2, then half and then 0. Is it not easy? Very easy. Now the tan value is also very easy. We know that tan is sine theta over cos theta. So we divide the sine value by the cosine value. Start 0 divided by 1, 0. 1 over 2 divided by root 3 over 2. So when we have to divide by a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. In short, the denominator 2 and 2 will be cancelled. We are getting 1 over root 3. Same thing we continue. 1 over root 2 divided by 1 over root 2. Same numbers. When we cancel it, we get 1. Look at 60 degree. Root 3 over 2 divided by 1 over 2. What will be the answer? It will be root 3. Is it not? Yes. 1 divided by 0. We know that any number divided by 0 is not yet defined. It is undefined. So we write this. This is the notation for undefined. So that is how we draw this table. And when we have questions, we use these numbers from the table and answer the questions. We are going to practice few good questions. Now let us practice few questions using the special angles. Evaluate the following without the use of a calculator. You are going to learn compound angle and double angle questions in the coming videos. Again, we will be using these special angles in those questions. This is now we are doing the grade 11 question. Cos of minus 120 divided by tan 150 plus cos of 390. So we know that these are all obtuse angles. So we have to reduce them first. 390 degree. What we do? What is our method? Simply subtract one rotation, that is 360 from 390. So we continue. We change cos of minus 120 is cos 120, because negative cos minus theta is cos theta. And what we do, we are going to reduce all the numbers now. Okay, look at the reduction. Cos 180 minus 60 becomes minus cos 60. Tan 180 minus 30 is minus tan 30. And cos 360 plus 30. Okay, so you can see that you subtract 30, 360, you will definitely get cos 30 as well. Okay, so the best way, simply subtract. Okay, now we have cos 60, tan 30. Look at the numbers, they are all spatial angles. Then we go to the table and we substitute, or we use the numbers there. Okay, minus half divided by minus tan 30 1 over root 3 plus cos 30 root 3 over 2. Simplify. Okay, when you divide by a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so we get root 3 over 2 plus root 3 over 2, which gives us 2 root 3 over 2, and the final answer is root of 3. Okay. Another question without the use of a calculator. 1 minus sine 45 times 1 minus sine 225. What we do? When we have any angle more than 90, simply reduce it. Okay, so we write sine of 180 plus. Okay, 180 plus which quadrant? Third quadrant. So we get, use the brackets. Okay, minus sine. You make sure that you write properly and carefully. Use the bracket because there is minus sign, another minus is there. Now we are going to get positive there. 1 minus sine times 1 plus sine. A minus b times a plus b. Okay. Factors. Hope you remember. It is going to be 1 minus sine square 45. Okay. 1 minus a plus b. Okay, that is the identity we have. What is the identity we have? A minus b times, I'm just writing all of this, a plus b, what is that? Equal to a square minus b square, just for revising. Okay, so here you have 1 and 1. Sine 45 sine, but the sign, look at the sign in between, minus and plus. Okay, a minus b and a plus b. So you get 1 minus sine square 45. Okay, so which is answerable. What is sine square 45? Sine 45 is 1 over root 2 and square it. That is 1 minus 1 over 2, which is half. Another beautiful question. Evaluate the following. Okay, now without the use of calculator, you have to use the table, the special angle table. Okay, so what we have seen here, 180 degree, 180 degree, 225 degree, cos 80. Let us talk about cos 80. Okay, that number has no relationship with the special angle. Also in the denominator, 170. Look at that. So those, after modifications, they will be cancelled. That's what we have seen in the questions. So let us start now. Cos 180, how do we manage? We cannot use the calculator and write minus 1 there. We are not allowed to use the calculator. So 180, you can change it as 180 minus 0 or 180 plus 0, something like that. So we get 180 minus 0 here, 225, 180 plus 45. 80, we change it to 90 minus 10. Denominator, sine 170 is 180 minus 10. Look at that, the 10 is appearing there. And 135 is 180 minus 45. So we get the answers now. Cos 180 minus 0, which is in the second quadrant. Cos is negative, and we simplify, we reduce it into minus cos 0. Second term, sine 180 plus in the third quadrant. Sine is negative, we reduce it to minus sine 45. Third term, cos 90 minus 10. Remember 90. So we have to be very careful. Cos 90 minus becomes sine 10. Okay. Denominator, sine 180 minus second quadrant. Sine is positive, so we get sine 10. And last term, 180 minus second term, but tan is negative. Now look at the numerator, sine 10 is there. Denominator sine 10, they are cancelled. Okay, so now we have to substitute the special angle values. What is cos 0? 1. So we get minus 1. Sine 45, 1 over root 2, minus 1 over root 2. In the denominator we have minus tan 45, that is minus 1. Simplifying, we get the final answer, a beautiful answer there, minus 1 over root 2. One more question using the special angles. Tan of minus 300 times sine of 600. Okay, what we do? Just subtract one rotation, that is 360 degree. You get 240. So that is our first step. Tan of minus 300, tan of minus theta is minus tan 300. Okay, sine 240. Okay, hope you understand. Then we use the reduction formulae. 360 minus 60, 180 plus 60. Then what is that? Tan of 360 minus 60 is minus tan 60. Remember that. Fourth quadrant. 180 sine 180 plus 60 in the third quadrant. That will be minus sine 60. Okay. So then we simplify using the special angle values. Root 3. Tan 60 is root 3 times minus sine 60 is minus root 3 over 2, and we get the final answer. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Okay, so that is how we apply. So make use of, and we will come back with beautiful questions after we do the compound angles and double angles. So that is part 3 of trigonometry videos. We hope you understood what is the special angles, or what are the special angles, and how to draw the table. We have to use these values. We cannot use the calculator. Then how to apply those numbers into the questions. We will come back with more videos. Okay.